Hey everybody, welcome back. Sive is here with the forexpeacearmy.com. So let's keep going with the euro currency analysis. Also take a look as usual in the cross market, Great British pound, dollar index, what we have there. So yesterday we discussed the bearish context, have set a few targets on intraday charts, and discussed the entry tactics, how we intend to take the position. So as I will show you a bit later on the hourly chart, you could see, or you even already know that if you have taken this position already due to the analysis, that this setup has worked just perfect. Now we are watching for possible downside extension, so how far market could keep going lower. And chances for that actually are not bad. Maybe on euro currency, as I said, it doesn't look like really clear pattern, overall shape that we have here, but on other markets it much better looking. So I recall in the Great British pound what we talked about yesterday was minor reaction, ABC completed, but we did not see any upside action. So this obviously can't be called as possible head and shoulders anymore. So obviously this will be the downside breakout, so market just forming the right arm of the big pattern. So this extension down, so we will consider later some big pattern, this ABCD rate, but also we have closer standing targets with this butterfly extension. So as you know, butterflies as a rule appear on the ruins of any head and shoulders pattern, whether it's reverse head and shoulders or direct head and shoulders. So in case of the direct head and shoulders, this will be butterfly to the upside, right, if this pattern starts failing. But for now, overall context remains bearish here as well. So on the hourly chart, you could see what has happened with our minor hand shoulders that we talked about also last week. Now it mostly has completed the target. The same story we have on dollar index. So if we take a look at this chart, I just will take for a moment. Let's say MACD, we do not need it. For now, let's take a look. Here's market also has broken the necklines, coming higher. I use here a very conservative target, so I'm ignoring this spike down and using the ABCD extension based only on this top. But even with this top, you can see the target will be around 99.50. So it hasn't reached yet. Market could keep going hard. In another moment, if you plot here the MACD, you could see that it might become the bullish grabber here. This market will close somewhere around the same point where it stands. It suggests further upward continuation. From that standpoint, it totally corresponds to things that we see on the euro currency. So returning back on the euro daily chart, market stands around the support. This we discussed yesterday. Actually, that was the reason why we were counting on the pullback that we've got, right? So, but now if we take a look at the fall time frame chart, this was reaction on the 1.7 extension of our butterfly. Next target should be around 115.60. So if this butterfly will be completed, what will be the next destination point? So currently with the new position taken, I do not see something very interesting. So based on the yesterday setup, you can see it's worked really nice. The market has shown the pullback precisely to the 1650. If you have taken position here, you could decide what to do next. So because minimum target of this trade has been done, so 618 retracement has happened. But in the current circumstance, taking new position, it is not very attractive. So you need to get some more reliable stop in the current circumstance. I do not know whether maybe reaching of the 1618 butterfly target, and this will be the pullback, or this setup will not keep going lower but start showing the pullback here. It also might be another chances for position taken later. But if you have taken position yesterday, you have to decide what to do, either to close it or to hold for the next downside target, or to combine both. Usually I split position in parts and take the first result at the minimum target, which is already has been done, and you could keep the rest, and keeping the rest usually with this break-even stop for possible more progress in the direction that we have with the way trading. From that standpoint of view, you need to close some part here, and you could move stop to the break-even and watch for a possible deeper target standing around 1560, for example. So approximately the same story stands currently on the Great British pound. So this in fact all that we have currently. If you decide to take position somewhere inside of this swing, well, it is theoretically possible with the stops above this area, but it will be not as attractive as it was yesterday at this point. So you will have not riskless position, and here in fact you will take it at some intraday support. Here this market could show some upper bounce, and chances for downside actions now less than it was yesterday. But I mean only in probabilities. I do not want to say that market will not keep going lower. I'm just speaking about the probabilities that here is more chance of success than here, because here was very strong resistance and you have the momentum in your back to the downside. But now when the downside action based momentum already has happened, here is the, well, it's not as a good entry point as it was in this point. So that in fact currently all that I could say. Just let's see what will happen next. Hopefully we will get our target that we have on a 4 time frame chart, and if market will complete this butterfly, we then will decide what to do next.